Hi guys, welcome back to my study live stream. Now is 20 o'clock 35. We begin a night session. So I will sit here and try to not move and not fall asleep. So hope you guys join my study and let's start it. I will change the timer from 0 point start and see how long that today I can continue study without any break. Okay, ich habe so ein bisschen Folien von Kapitel 5, natürlich Monopol geschaut, aber ich habe einige Gedanken darüber, nicht schlechte Gedanken, sondern etwas fragliche Gedanken, weil in diesem Fall, ich werde nicht meine Frage sagen, weil es macht keinen Sinn, weil niemand wird wahrscheinlich antworten. Deswegen, ich mache eine Pause und ich ändere der Studieninhalt, also Studiencontent, was ich jetzt lerne und schaue ein bisschen Artikel und so von Eco-Peppers und so. Ja. Nur zur Gewissenheit. So interesting. I currently read this article from academic points OUP.com. This is a very new article and written by two very famous authors and their co-authors. So there are some small single words that they use very smartly, and they're actually without any useless words. So that's the user reader experience that is quite smoothly. So here I want to share with you guys the 2 points actually, but I cannot find last one. There are two there are few single words that they use very lovely. This is a strange describe of this paper. Um, so let me find it. The one sentence is here that they wrote. The harm in the clustering in this case is that confidence intervals will be unnecessarily conservative, possibly by a wide margin. Um, Interesting it is because that they mentioned unnecessarily conservative. So means actually it can be conservative, it can be traditional, it can be conservative, but it's not necessary that you can free from this kind of restriction which determined by oneself. So but following the fo- but following the roads um the roads like a widely margin, possibly by a wide margin. So kind of interesting because today that I bought this one. This is very common in Germany actually when you have party with one and so on. That you will share with them because that in the supermarket is firstly very cheap and secondly it's not very it is not very good tasty, so that you can eat actually for a long time period and you can eat for 1 year maybe. And I remember the first time when I saw this and in that in my in very young age actually I am so happy because that is 1 euro, 2 euro that you got so much cakes and cookies and so on. So, but actually you cannot eat them all, and because they are not tasty. So that's the reason why maybe. And um, they use this word to describe it um, as probably by wide margin. So remind me think of libertex, but I don't think that they have directly connection with each other, or they don't carry on some meaning if they combine with each other. So with combine together. So in this sense, this is really interesting somehow, and otherwise it is so soundable when you, for example, like read this sentence, like the first misconception is that the need, actually the need, and they use very simple words, but you believe this kind of simple word like the need, and that the need, that is actually a low word, but they combine it together as that the need for clustering hinges on the presence of non-zero correlation between residuals for illness belonging to the same cluster. So the units, and we as some setting that they will say the units, that is Danwei, that is the Einheit in German, that is the unit which you want to count something, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. But they use here, made me think of unit efficiency unit. It is not the macro content which I can think of, but I saw this kind of two words in a PowerPoint of macro lectures. But I don't think the real meaning is about this. The real meaning is, for example, like you think of the efficiency unit to combine them or to put them in the content of vertical analyze, or some car some content which you want to say that the drivers, the motive, or the power unit. You want to say that, okay, the power unit in Chinese 动力单元. So that means that somehow it is like a gaming, but I would rather not say gaming, but because it can be within into a content of a simulation, or gaming content, gaming and so on. But you can also put that into the reality vehicle, or reality cars and so on. So it doesn't mean actually it doesn't mean actually the unit is just like to use it to quantify the physical existence and so on, or physical goods. It want to simplify it. So it's kind of interesting, and so they use the cool. This is really a good article. Maybe it is because that this one be written by two famous authors that they won MVP last year, and the other one is the Lehrbuch, is the textbook econometrics textbook author. So the authority is non-questioned. So if I saw this, I will say cool, without any unnecessary words here, and content is easy, but words are trustworthy. So yeah. And because they use a YYW key I and so on, and remind me think of like this also some ancient Chinese predictor, like he wrote a lot of books, and those kind of traditional perspective, which like yeah. The Simon process, least squares estimator and variance, and large K distribution, and least squares estimator, robust and class robust variance estimators. So all the content are some middle basic econometric content. Is not very high, like they are not specified content, or they do not carry on some very specified value, but like only puts one adjective before robust, like class robust and variance estimators. This is kind of middle, yeah, somehow not very difficult, I guess. And as well, the author will also have from China, and I saw some Chinese author's name here. So yeah. Um, so cluster standard errors can be extremely conservative in general. Good conclusion and not defined left for future work. The case with all clusters observed, and so on. Normalized variance for the case with QCAR. Very complicated equation that they are showing here. It seems like it seems like it seems like sometimes until now, I guess, the content which I observe, it's always time delay effect means that between different time interval and with t and so on, more complicated is actually is actually here. So yeah, we use CCV but no CCTV. CCV wiki DAG. CCV means multiple times with new sample splits, new values for z key I, and then average the corresponding variance estimators or simulations, re-estimate. Actually, bootstrap a method in statistic that they only means resampling. So it is so simplified, but no one will directly say, okay, resampling is bootstrap, and the one who defined this content want to others also take a little bit time to study and to learn instead of just knowing by some easy word combination of their meaning. So and then here is in their simulations, they not resampling is re-estimate the variance estimate 4 times. So yeah, use sample with in expectation and equal number of units in each sample, so everything is equal, half. The case when not all clusters are sampled, there are some residuals, and requires knowledge of MK, the total number of clusters in the population. Convex combination, but not CVC instead of CCV. And bootstrap variance estimator, resampling best also. Yeah, okay, sorry, resampling best. I was right. And they use TSCB, means two-stage cluster bootstrap. Consists of 2 stages, cluster level sample size and fraction of treated units, and with bootstrap iterations before and the input. Here is also input and output. I just studied the content of SA slides. The slides mentioned input and output, and remember me think of the seminar, right? And which I was so confused between to choose the words between output and outcome. Actually, they carry on same name, but usually in the your case, they get used to say that it's economic outlook and the economic outcome, output, whatsoever. I don't know which one they are prefer, but so the fixed effects estimator, it's always that is always that oh um so many tricks, but that's not useful. Cool. Here is one small trick that if you hold the equation, the part of equation that you will see this small box. So interesting, so useful. And they are also inclusive some simulations, like so many individual and I really feel something's wrong after when I lost my Get Boy, after when I lost my student cards from last one. They really changed something. Actually, the things will get smoother, but now become a little bit harder. Like I must work 3 times more than October. So it is only kind of only 2 months, but a lot of things changed even without my willingness. But yeah, absolutely. Now I require something that I do not have. If I have those kind of things, absolutely I can ignore them, and but I cannot ignore them because they have the right to give me those kind of things, like um, so that I will be defined and be judged by them instead of that I judge by myself and blah blah blah. So yeah, cool. Um, the graphic includes a lot of content which covers the partly information, but gives like a little bit information true, like one is. Um, so kind of confusing, but I can sense that because that from resulted from extremely hatred and hate and so on. Um, cool for the baseline design. Yeah, okay. Implication for practice resulting unnecessary wide confidence intervals. Um, substantial fraction of the classes in the population, but PK is small, so difference generally conservative when sample is large relative to population and treatment effects are heterogeneous. Here to the man third in Abadi 2020 correct bias of groups standard errors. When and how we should cluster standard errors, like they shift the attention from estimation of features of a data generating process, infinite superpopulation. So I was thinking this superpopulation. So means that the population be clustering out from the general population and to be examined under the economic researcher, and so they defined as a superpopulation. What actually means that this kind of superpopulation and large sample variance of the OLS and Fay estimation, so the average treatment effect for setting with cluster sampling and where assignment is random in classroom with assignment probability that may vary across clusters for this setting. They demonstrate that robust standard errors can be too small and conventional cluster standard errors can be unnecessarily large. We propose two novel procedures, CCV and TSB. So CCTV, SBC, SCM, MB, BM, BSC. So it's reordered, and so the contribution in this direction, in addition, in the present article, they have restricted the analysis to linear estimators. She uses the ideas and framework of this article to study clustering in the context of nonlinear estimation. Footnotes and so on. Okay. Okay, it's in generally a very light article and written by two famous authors. So I like it, but a lot of waterlich, wasserliche Interpretation or Reinterpretation, weil es ist nicht nach der strengendsten Requirement dieser Artikel geschrieben, weil manche Sachen, man kann sich fühlen, dass sie in einer positive Weise das geschrieben, aber manche Gegenstand wahrscheinlich nicht wie so negativ oder so positiv erscheint in unserer Surface Round, in Surface Round entsprechen mit der Realität oder nicht. Das ist eine Frage. So cool. Yeah, I like it. Obwohl der letzte Kapitel das mit einer chinesischen Actress verbindet haben, das war ziemlich enttäuscht. Aber naja, insgesamt ist eine gute Aufsatz. Cool. Okay, ich werde es in Bär sicher. Wann ist dieser Artikel eigentlich noch nicht publiziert? Erst publiziert 6. Oktober 2022 und erstmal im nächsten Jahr February kommen. Insgesamt 35 Pages gibt. Okay, cool, Leute. In dieser Stelle werde ich erstmal mein Study Livestream schließen und mache ich eine Pause und hoffe ihr, dass Study Livestream gefällt und bis nächste One. Bye. Sorry for meine Mischung auf Deutsch und Englisch. Es passiert manchmal, weil es ist einfacher und easier. So, in diesem Fall ist auch meine Spezialität, diese beiden Sprachen gemischt zu sprechen. So, bitte meinen Kanal abonnieren und bleibt gesund und wir sehen uns bald wieder. Ciao.